Okay, our third place finisher in today's 56th Annual Bank of America 500 is Martin Truex Jr. He drives the number 78 Furniture Row Visser Precision Chevrolet. And Martin, that had to be a solid performance for your race team with so many of the other Chase drivers having some difficulty out there. Third place finish, you have to feel pretty good about that here today.
Yeah, for sure. Feel great about it. Obviously, we had a tough weekend, and I thought after practice we'd be lucky to run 15th. So proud of Cole and my engineers and just everybody for sticking with it and having a good game plan. And we had a good car today. We fought track position all day, but once we got up towards the front, we had good speed. So just proud of the guys for never quitting and never giving up and just fighting hard all weekend, and did a good job today during the race.
Questions for Martin?
Everybody wake up.
Go ahead.
Jennifer, AP Martin, what do you have to do? I mean, third place is great, don't get me wrong, but what do you have to do?
It's not?
No. What do you have
You sounded like that was a lot of sarcasm.
No. Hear me out, because, Kyle was running third, I think, when he had his pit road issue. So what is your game plan, and what do you think that you need to do to make it into this third round?
Well, I'll be honest with you, Talladega's still there. So third is great and all, but it's no guarantee. I felt like this round would be good for us, Charlotte and Kansas. We ran so good here in the first race this year, and then after practice I was like, oh my God, we're struggling. This was honestly the worst weekend we've had all season long as far as how I felt about the race car. And so I was like, okay, kind of damage control. Let's just hopefully get a top 10 out of this thing, and to get third out of it was a huge step for us. So honestly, I think going to Kansas, a win is huge. It would be so huge. It's so critical to try to get that win out of the way. Logano's the only one that's going to sleep for the next 2 weeks. You know what I mean? So Kansas has been one of my best racetracks, and certainly one of my best since I went to Furniture Row. So we're going there as hard as we can go with everything we have to try to win, just because we know Talladega is that wild card. So. Third's great, but yeah, I mean, our strategy is we still think we need to win next week.
Nate?
Nate Ryan, NBC Sports. Martin, it seemed like there were some uncharacteristic mistakes by a lot of veterans today. Do you think guys were maybe pressing a little bit, like you said, knowing that Talladega is looming, that it was really important maybe to get a good finish here, knowing that either here or Kansas you got to get your points?
Yeah, I mean, I think that and part of it was just, man, it was so hard to pass out there today. I mean, nearly just impossible, and with the cool temperatures and the speed in the racetrack and everybody pretty much running the bottom, I think that was part of it. You see a little bit of a gap, and you got to stick your nose in there and try to get next to somebody, because if you don't get them off the bottom, they slow you down 2-3 tenths. So, I mean, there was times when I was having a lot of trouble in lap traffic, guys that you just run down really fast. So I think part of it is that, they know that every spot is super important. And if they get that chance to get in there and take a position, they're going to go for it. So that's probably what it boils down to. I thought the restarts were, as on edge as ever. Guys just trying to get everything they possibly could, and that's a result of, there's just so much on the line.
Do you notice anything with the zone being bigger?
I think it's great. I honestly do. I think that we haven't seen one instance where the leader was a sitting duck, where the leader wasn't the guy that had the advantage before. The second place guy had the advantage because he'd always go at the first mark no matter what. So I think it's been great. I think from what I've seen, I don't even think there's been any question on the calls or anything like that. So I think it's been awesome.
Anything else from Martin? Anything upstairs? Take it not. Thank you very much, Martin. We'll see you at Kansas.